The recording piece, all of those that are watching this earlier on the recording, I'm sorry you missed out on the fun little discussion we just had. You should probably be on the call live, and that's when you get the bonus material. So with that, I want to hear some wins. It's been, what, 2 weeks since I've had a chance to see everybody. Hopefully everybody had a good 4th and whatnot through it, but let's hear some wins. What's gone on lately? Who's got some fun things in the business?
So I need to give a big thank you to Kim for recommending Maria to me. I spent an hour with her on the phone, and she figured out more about my Facebook issues in the hour that I was with her than the other social media company I was with for an entire year. So I'm hoping with her help, I'm going to get my Facebook issues resolved, hopefully in a pretty timely manner.
I love it. I love it. Get them resolved, and then we can help you start getting more awareness on it. Way to go, Kim. Kim to the rescue.
This is
that
Sal.
Maria? Is that Maria Camarero?
Yes, that's her.
Out here in Phoenix, yeah. She's come and spoken with Marie and I at our stuff. She's awesome.
Yeah, she knows her stuff. Holy cow.
Sal, do you have something?
Yeah, 2 things. We worked on the recommendation from TRC to go through each page of our website since it was up a couple of months ago, and we're able to, I guess you could call it, personalize it to what Chris and I would like, and it turned out great. Some minor changes, kind of font changes, some pictures, nothing, and we updated it with some before and after pictures, and we're really, really pleased with it. We're doing the final tuning right now. The good news is last week we had a referral on a property, and he was debating going one way or another with a different group. And when we said, check us out, we're legitimate, check our website out, and he did. And I think and he said that's the thing that kind of turned it around is the fact that you guys are professional and everything else. Well, you can see Chris and I are not professional, but the website was. So,
well, that just answered my question. You must not have any pictures of Chris on there.
Oh yeah, he's the one on the video. Not me. Well, I think I'm on the video too. But anyway, yeah, it worked out great. It's really, quite frankly, the first time that we've said that to people, because you guys keep saying refer to the website, get them to the website, get them to the website. And we've been doing that the last few months, and this is really the first time that this worked in our favor. And then he's got one other lead for us, referrals for us, so it might turn into 2 deals. So we're happy.
Love it. Love it. Speaking of websites generating leads, I do believe Kim has a share.
Well, I actually shared this in the group the other day when I did a post. So for our locations page, we've actually been getting lots of feedback and call-ins from sellers, finding us on Google through the location page, and which is pretty awesome. I wanted to just update you guys on the 2 properties that we ended up seeing. He didn't accept our offer, of course, because he wants retail pricing, which is fine. But you know what? We were found on Google, and that's a big win for me. So I'm happy with that. I'm pleased with that. Thank you.
Put him through Liz and Marie's Save Now. He'll turn around and come back to you.
I know.
I love it. Anybody else?
Yes, can I want to share 2 if we can. So one is a big deal. Well, both of them are, but okay. So a couple weeks ago, Maria and I got a lead from a for sale by owner advertising that we did. And this person was trying to sell on their own. And here in Phoenix, which I did realize, but I really learned about this up in Colorado. We have so many quick sales programs here. Opendoor, OfferPad, Zillow, 72 hours sold. I mean, you're competing with some big time stuff. So if you've ever seen our Save Now, we specifically talk about how Liz and Marie can save you money, compared to a realtor and compared to these iBuyer companies. And so when we got this lead, we sent them to that page and we were chatting with them. And and this was a couple weeks ago, it was about, beginning of June. And we were showing them how we could save them money. And I was having a conversation with them, and we were at a point we were going to go see their house. And she texted me and said, we'd taken an offer from OfferPad, and it was higher than our offer. So it looked like it on paper. Okay. And so they took the offer, and I said, that's great. Congratulations. I'll still follow up with you. Well, last Thursday I sent her a text and said, how's it going? And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe you sent me a text. It's perfect timing. These people are like cheesy salesmen, cheesy car salesmen. I cannot get them to, settle on a price. They're not listening to me. They're passing me on from one person to the next. We went out of our contract. And when can you come see our house? So yesterday, Maria and I went and met with them since she's gone all week. And they're trying to get out of this contract now. They want to deal with us because it is literally everything she said on that video, on that Save Now, on exactly, how their price might be higher, but in the end, they are making less money than what we offered up. So I texted her this morning and just said, let me know when that contract is completed and done, or, voided or whatever, because I don't want to submit ours until you can't have two contracts on the house. And so I haven't heard from her yet. I'm sure they're getting a little bit more of the runaround, but, and the other thing I've learned, because I'm obsessed with that book, Never Split the Difference, is that the husband is the one that threw out some prices. And so now I know where he stands, but I know where Maria and I sat and where we're going to stand and why we're going to be solid on that price with how much, the house is going to need a little bit of rehab now that we've seen it. So that was just a huge, the fortune is in the follow-up. And then I followed up with two other people. One guy, he still said it's under contract, but I'll keep you posted. And the other guy, he and I, again, I love HubSpot because I can tell he's read the email. I can tell he's gone back to it. So that's just phenomenal. So the other thing I just want to share real quick is I had, this hasn't necessarily happened to me with my family and friends, but this, spending a week with my sister, she's one of my investors in my business. Okay. So she has some vested interest in me personally, not with Marie and I, but I say that because she also started a business on her own with this, making these specialty pajamas for women that have a built-in bra in them. So as women, we know you can go out like downstairs if you have children or out with or whatever. And it's really a phenomenal idea. And she did well with it, but she's dropping off on it now. And we got into a huge discussion when we were there because I said, what's happening with it? And she's like, well, nobody's buying them anymore. Well, why not? Well, I'm not marketing. And I said, why aren't you marketing? And she said, I am not marketing because I refuse to go into debt to market my product. And I just was like, you can't, how are you going to sell it then? And she's like, well, my friends have bought it. My friends should tell their friends, and that's how she should do it. I said, so your marketing strategy is everybody else doing it for you and not you doing anything. And it was so eye-opening to me, like how she didn't value everything that we're trying to do in this group. And she just didn't see it as making a difference in her business. And she has hundreds of these pajamas that she had made, and she's broke even. And so she's like, that's fine. I broke even. I'm done. I don't care. And I'm not going to go into debt with it. Where she looks at me thinking, look what you've done in the last few years, and you've suffered, and you've made, like she doesn't see that climb back out. And it was just so phenomenal to me to see that difference and feel that sting of somebody thinking you're not doing it well enough. You're not trying hard enough. You're failing at it because I've seen that you're not doing, like it's been a struggle sometimes. But just that whole thing that thinking marketing wasn't important in it and not giving it even the time of day was flabbergasting to me. So she and I had a little tussle about it, and I just decided I'm not going to talk to her about it anymore. She doesn't think her product is valued, and she doesn't think that going into any debt to get it out there was worth it. Then I'm gonna let it go. So we're all in the right place. Is my really rah cheer that,
Liz always bringing in the good news, right? The fun.
Well,
yeah.
How does it go?
Can I just piggyback on what Liz said? we had somebody with OfferPad also, and I'm not going to go into all the specifics, but the devil's in the details, and you need to know your competition, like Sean and Roger say. I went ahead and I put my house on OfferPad to see how they operate. And they sent me a
It's called
contract.
smart marketing right there.
Yeah, I
Funnel
sent
hacking.
them pictures. I kind of knew what my house was worth. They gave me a ridiculous price. The guy used the same words for me. He gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. They gave me an offer I shouldn't have refused, but I refused it. I said, okay, I kept playing along. I got the contract right here in my hands, and I was able to read it and use that, Elizabeth, to help this person understand how what the timeline is for OfferPad to be over and done with, instead of it costing them all that money. And so, I mean, again, you got to know your competition, and, it's didn't do anything illegal. I just, my son was in the office. He and I were in the office, and OfferPad called and they said, well, I saw that you signed the contract. So no, I didn't sign the contract. We're not selling the house. You don't want to sell the house at that price? I said, no, we don't want to sell the house. How come? I said, because I'm not going anywhere. And I just hung up on her, just like everybody else does to us. So the fact is, you got to know.
Well, and that's a valid point. I mean, yeah, you do. And that's it. He said, this is Sean, something else. He even said, unsolicited from Maria and I will give you guys the greatest testimonial, and I'll
Right.
video it for you, and I'll
Right.
get it for you for whatever you want. And I was like, yes, we didn't even ask for that.
Can we
yet,
share
so.
that? Can we share that one, Liz?
Awesome. All right, going once, going twice. Anybody else got something fun that they want to share? If not, gonna open it up to the burning questions you guys have. No? Roger, anything you want to add in before we open it up and let some people ask some questions?
No, we're good. We're good. We'll
Okay.
open it up for some questions.
So as you guys know, we kind of go a couple weeks of a lot of topics, a lot of focus, and then we like to back it off for a few weeks and let you guys get on, ask the questions, get clarity, kind of pull some things out. So tonight's one of those nights that you're going to want to take advantage of what you got. So we're going to open it up here and see what questions do we have around some of the marketing things or marketing tasks, elements, the website, anything that you got working on this end of things that you're still trying to get some clarity, you want some help, you want ideas, whatever it is on that side of it. Mickey, you raised your hand. I see it virtually.
Yes. So I have been working on lead magnets because I wanted to have one on that first page. And so because we're focusing on marketing on tired landlords and all, so we did this video on how to screen 3 steps to screen your tenants, Isa and I, and we have the kind of blog or document that goes with it. So where is that going to be? Like, my intention was to have it on the first page, but now I'm like rethinking of like, the pertinence of it, of being in the first page.
Give me a little bit more on what have you created so far?
On that lead magnet?
Yeah,
It's only a video.
what are all the assets that you got around this?
So we have a couple of blogs that are going just for the tired landlords. And like
Okay,
what-
blogs are ungated content though. So what do we have
Yes.
that we want to gate? What are the assets that we have that we want to put a gate on it?
What do you mean? The 3 steps?
What assets have you created that we want, that are that's this lead magnet that we want to gate?
So I don't think I have an asset.
So you haven't created the lead magnet yet.
Oh no, yes, I have. Okay, so I created the video and the document. This is what I thought was the lead magnet.
Okay, so you've got a video
Yes.
and what's the document? Is it like a checklist?
It's a checklist. It's a checklist bullet point of all the steps that they need to do.
Before I even go any farther, how many of you guys remember, what was it, like April, when I gave a couple weeks in a row, I talked about types of lead magnets. There's like 8 types of lead magnets that are very common. One of them being a checklist, video, audio, ebooks, white pages. White pages is a little more B2B. It's not something you guys would necessarily deal with too much. Maybe on the investment side, you can deal with the white page thing. Those are assets, right? That is the asset that we're trying to entice somebody to want. When I say gate it, we're putting something between them and it. In this case, we're putting a form that says, hey, give me your name and email address, right? The best way for a business to generate leads is to have something that gives a result that somebody else wants. Liz and Marie's Save Now, that entire process, everything that they've created, all the assets, all the videos, all the workbooks, both in English and in Spanish for both sides of their market, that is a huge lead magnet right there, right? Why? Because it talks about saving $10,000 or more when you sell your house. People want that, right? That's that ethical exchange of, I've got something you want, give me something I want. And in this case, I want your email address or your name. And really, I'd like to get your phone number at some point, right? It's all about dating here. So Mickey, you've got a video and you've got a checklist. Blogs are, they're ungated. Blogs help
Yes.
draw traffic. Blogs help rank. Blogs help get eyeballs on it. Blogs get repurposed and used in social media posts, converted into a video, a number of other things, right? To try to get eyeballs over to this. Ideally, this video that you've created and this checklist should be just like Liz and Marie's Save Now. It should be a dedicated landing page with
So it
content
will be-
around what it is that you actually have here.
Okay.
And what it's going to do for them. What is the result? Remember, people buy results. They do not buy knowledge. People buy results. They don't buy information. There's this website out there that's filled with free information. It's called YouTube. There's another one out there filled with free information. It's called Google. Nobody's going to pay for something that they can just go look for the own answer, right? And find it themselves. But if you have a result, in this case, Mickey, it sounds like you have kind of the ideal checklist to help you screen your tenants better so that you can quit being tired, annoyed, and stressed out with the idiots you keep putting in your properties. Right? We wouldn't say it that way, but that's basically the way that they feel. I would like to word a landing page that way and see how it converts on it. But we want to create basically another page.
Okay.
That's a dedicated page for this piece. TRC has one. StopResultsConsulting.com/7 steps. It's a 7-step process to generating nonstop online leads. It's a series of
Okay.
videos and workbooks and handouts and everything else. But the landing page explains what all you're going to get, why you're going to get it, what's so great about it, what the result is if you actually follow suit and do what we say in that hook, right? So step
So-
2 for you would be you've got the video and you've got the checklist.
Mm-hmm.
Send that into support so we can get a templated page up. They're going to send you a templated page back, and it's up to you to start filling in all the content.
Then the video, do I still upload it onto the Akin Developer YouTube channel as well, or
Unlisted.
There you go.
Unlisted. Remember, it's gated. The only way
Yes.
somebody should be able to access this information is by exchanging
Okay.
for it. So yes, upload it to YouTube, upload it as an unlisted piece, send the embed code over, send over the PDF document of the checklist. Make sure that checklist is built and branded to Akin, has Akin's logo on it, has Akin's information on it. Okay. Send that over with a little bit of detail in the email on what this page should be about. What is this lead magnet? And just like we've done with a number of you guys on here, they'll build it up, send it over to you. It won't be live yet. Send it over to you so that you can see it. And you make adjustments and edit it. And then when it's ready to go live, all your marketing pertaining to tired landlords should drive towards that page.
What does unlisted mean? When you say
Unlisted on
unlisted?
YouTube it's on YouTube, but it is not listed in the search queue, meaning you will never be able to find an unlisted video unless you have the direct link to it.
Okay, so the direct link would be on our landing page.
The direct link in this case is going to be an embed code on that page. That's the only way they'd ever be able to watch it, is by getting to the page that it lives on. Or if you actually sent the video to somebody, sent the link to the video.
Okay,
But in this case, for this type of a thing, we wouldn't want to send just the video because exchange information to access it.
Sean, quick question. With
Mhm.
with that situation, do you still get credit from YouTube for that video, even though it's not
Yes.
listed?
That
Okay.
goes into your YouTube analytics as far as watch time, ratings of it, all of that kind of stuff. Absolutely. It helps
Okay.
you and it hurts you, right? If somebody gets on it, watches 2 seconds of it and bounces off, that's going to hurt just like it was on a fully listed. The only thing it does is it stops it from being found
Okay.
through search. That's all.
No, I could see how that would be helpful because I was starting to think about trying to do little videos associated with blogs, but I didn't know if I necessarily wanted those to be posted to the YouTube channel. So it sounds like this unlisted thing could be a way of just having another marketing piece associated with these other things, but not necessarily posting it.
In your case, no, for what you're explaining. So what Lorraine's saying is, hey, I want to take a blog and do a short little video about that blog, right? Basically the blog in video form, the blog in Lorraine's interpretation of the blog in video form. Great strategy. Embed that video onto the blog. Phenomenal strategy to use. However, in your case, we want that video to also be found.
Oh,
We don't want that to be unlisted. So what I would do is, if you don't want it clouding up your YouTube channel too much, put it into a playlist. Create a playlist called blog videos and upload it. And when you upload it, select it to go to that playlist so that they're all in this playlist of just a bunch of blog videos. It will still independently rank and show up. The playlist will also show up. They'll be able to get sucked into a playlist of all these different blogs. You can create multiple playlists if you got, your blog silos. Think of it that way. You could have playlists for your silos and have them up there. But in that case, you would not want it unlisted. Unlisted videos is good for things that we don't want people finding at all when searching on YouTube, okay?
why would we not want them to find it?
In this case,
Perfect
Mickey's
example
using
of
it
that.
as a lead magnet. It's a hook. You have to give me your name and email address to get it. If it's just out there on YouTube as a public video, I can stumble on it, I can find it, I can search, I could go to their YouTube channel, all of a sudden I see it there, and it's like, what the heck do I need to go to your website and fill out the form for to get it when it's right here?
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does that help you, Mickey, with your next steps on that one?
Yes, I was very confused. So this really makes it more clear, and I'm going to be ready to go tomorrow.
What's the
All
name
right.
of the checklist, or what's the name of this process? Did you put a
It's-
name to it?
Yes, it's 3 steps to screening a good tenant.
So I would make the slug of your URL, that / whatever, screening.
Screening, okay.
So it'd be akindevelopers.com/screening.
Yeah, because you
What
guys
about
can
screening
actually send in.
tenants? Is that too long?
What-
It could be screening tenant. It is a little long though. You want it short, easy, right? Quick.
Yeah, because on those slugs, basically what we mean by slug, anything that's after the / like topresultsconsulting.com / and then you have the name of it. So screening, to Sean's point, on a lead magnet, it's better because it's not too much SEO driven. There's going to be other SEO assets that will push the traffic there. So you want it quick unless you want to tell somebody, right? Like for our 7-step kind of like videos that we have and information. So we just do /7 steps. And we do have a full name that could be very optimized for SEO, but we chose that because we're sending traffic from other directions. So I do want to throw in a couple more tips for Mickey on this one here. And I think it helps everybody here when you create a lead magnet, because lead magnets are amazing. Those are awesome for driving traffic and getting more attention, things like that. So number one, Mickey, once we have that, so step one is send all the information over so we can create the template for you. So the actual landing page internally. And then you're going to tell us what you want us to name it. Basically, Sean pretty much gave you the what it's going to be, screening, right? /screening. And our team will create that for you. And then we will, once it's set up, remind us in case it doesn't happen, because we're doing what you're asking, right? But I would like this to be also mentioned on your homepage, right? So we don't want to take it away from the main call to action when someone lands on aikendev.com, right? But it will be the We Buy House, kind of like the main form call to action, but we can put it on the second or third section. We can actually create a new section there that just says this, get your 3-step screening, checklist for checking for these new tenants or whatever. And then a call to action button, a button that click, and then it redirects them to this landing page. So it's just an opportunity for somebody that's scanning through your homepage and sees that you have other things that you can offer. Now that's the setup. That's the easy part. So the
To
hard
tag
part,
on to that real quick though.
Yeah.
What of your locations are these tired landlords are you targeting in? All 6, 7, 8 locations that you have?
I mentioned 3 times Baltimore into the whole structure.
So on
I
the
wasn't-
Baltimore location page,
Yes.
you would want that section on there as well.
yeah.
Okay.
So homepage and Baltimore page. Add that to the support ticket, so that way it's very clear for the team. Sorry, something in my throat. So the most important part now, and the final part is now you got the lead magnet, and this is what I see kind of over and over is you guys are going to spend a lot of effort, a lot of time creating these lead magnets and sending them in, having us set them, and they're going to sit there, right? Don't let them sit there. Your next move after all that's set and you're happy and you test is promote. Okay, so that's the part that gets left out. Google's not going to do it all for you, right? Even though you're getting some traction, we want to get some momentum, and I'm going to give you some examples, Sean, to kind of like add to these if I'm missing anything, but I just kind of wrote some quick notes. Is number one, you guys are part of a lot of social groups, right? A lot of social media groups. Get in there, start kind of answering some questions. Now you have an asset. Be intentional. Look for questions around people that are talking about this and add some value into it. And then when they ask you a question, tell them, hey, I just happen to have a lead, happen to have some information, check it out. Then you pop in the lead. You don't want to be intrusive and just kind of like start giving it there, because that's a good way to get kicked out of groups, right? You want to add some value, your own value. And once they ask the question, you have something to kick back to them, which is your lead magnet. The next one is easy, your physical networking, right? You guys are starting to go to networking groups, you're just getting together, meeting people out in the street, things like that. That's when you say, hey, check out my website. And that's why you need an easy kind of like / whatever, right? Go to my website, aikendev.com /screening, right? Instead of screening for, easy, blah, blah, all that stuff. That's why you want a short, quick. The other one is all of us should be working on building a list, right? So if you're not, or you're working on that or whatever, Mickey, if you have a list, shoot this over to them. Hey, we happen to have this, new ebook giveaway. Just, click on this link. Obviously, they'll be taken to the landing page. They'll be asked to opt in, and then they get it. So hit your email list. And then the last one I already kind of mentioned was I want to make sure that this gets added to the homepage. And obviously, you added a very specific location to it. So also to the location page. So those are a couple tips on how to promote something like this, because no, it will not get momentum right out of the gate if you just let it sit there. Go ahead, Sean.
I'm going to throw a few more out there for those of you that are taking notes. How do you promote this lead magnet? Number one, stupid easy. Here's the example. What's in my email signature? There are 7 overlooked steps every business needs to know when it comes to generating leads online. Get the free training here. What's the link that it drives to? The landing page. Your email signature. Great place to put it in. And I can already hear the first objection. I email people that isn't the right opportunity for it. I don't care. They're still going to go look at it because they're intrigued about it. And then they're going to know somebody who's going to want it. And they're going to say, oh yeah, that's right. There was something that I knew over here. Why don't you go check that out? Just put it in your email signature. The other one is create a banner image for your Facebook page. Create social media posts around it. The banner image is very simple. Put it up there. We've got a 3-step easy process to screening your tenants. No more troubled tenants. When they click on the picture, in the description of that picture, put the link to the landing page. It's one of the few times you'll hear me say, put a link on social media. Instagram. It should be a link in the bio on Instagram. Your link in bio section should have a button on it. What do I mean by that? You pull up ours real quick. I don't have TRCs up, but I have mine and I have one on mine, so I'll show you here. Link in bio. Access my free objection blocking training. That's a lead magnet for this. Master Persuader course. That's another lead magnet for it. What about TRC? Seven steps to online lead domination, right? Somebody clicks on this, it's going to take them to Excel. Update that.
Yep, on it.
I don't know why I didn't do that anyway. We
just updated.
we literally just updated that
Still
earlier. It's the
updated.
domain. It's directing to the right one. Interesting. You guys can check on that. This is what mine was doing earlier, Roger. It keeps wanting to redirect to that, even though I flushed cache like 100 times. But they click on it and it goes to the actual landing page for it. Those are other very easy locations to have it, to promote it. Why? Instagram, the post can go out talking about this checklist. And you just mentioned in the body content of it, hey, you want the checklist? You want the video free straight to you? Links in the bio. Facebook, there's posts on it. They've got it. They can go see it. They can click on it. They can get it. It's in your email signature. Somebody can click on it. They can get it. And then everything that Roger just said is another phenomenal way of doing it. Blast it out. Build more content around it. The blogs, Mickey, that you're talking about should have calls to action in those blogs, driving over to it. Have it in a couple places on the website, the homepage, the location page. The more noise we can create around it, the more it's going to get viewed. The more it's going to get viewed, the more likely somebody's going to opt into it. That is the whole point of this, right? We don't want it to be a secret. We want people getting into it. You literally should have, in time, this isn't something you'll build out right now in a week, but you should be looking at your business, and every major service or product that you offer should have a lead hook around it. Every major service that you predominantly focus on. Liz and Marie's, that's a great example of a general lead magnet, right? Saving somebody 10,000. If they were to get granular into the vacation homes, right? Airbnb type thing, be a specific one around that. If you're a probate expert, you could have one that's all around more generalized, but then you can have another one that's deep in specific to the probate process. Remember, people will buy results. Their form of payment in this is their email. That's the purchase price, email. Someone like Phil, who's got a product-based company that's on the call. It's got multiple different types of camera systems for trucks. Well, one general lead magnet that comes to mind is, what's the value? I'm a truck owning company. What's the value of having one of these cameras? What's a result that I might want that his cameras can bring to me, build a lead magnet around that.
Question.
Make sense?
Question. I know this topic it's a great topic, and it came up because someone was talking about this. And I don't know if it was necessarily something we wanted to talk about, but I'm not sure if a lot of us are thinking this way, but is there a stepwise approach for us to get this moving? I know it took a lot of notes, but I'm not sure if we've got everything down. I know
I've done past trainings on how to create a lead magnet.
Okay,
They're
so it's
they're
in
some of the call
recordings.
replays. Yeah, we'll probably revisit it again. I typically revisit it every 6 or so months, this topic, but I believe it was April. Go back in the call recordings. I believe it was sometime early April. I did 2 or 3 weeks straight where we talked about, it's early on in the customer journey, right? Awareness to subscribe, those first 3 stages. It's about building momentum, and the subscribe phase is them opting in for that lead magnet.
Well, it makes all the sense in the world. I just wanted to know where that was. Thank you.
People will opt in for these things before they will ever commit to doing business with you. I probably opt into 30 lead magnets a week. Most of them are competition. Most of them are other things that I'm exploring. Most of them are things that I'm looking next steps for TRC. Where are we going as a company? What are we doing? I'll opt into these people's information to get it, to hack some of it. Some of them are literally our direct competition. I just want to hack their system. I want to hack their lead magnet. What are they doing? Our product side, just opting in to see what the heck they're pushing. What are the emails that they send out afterwards? It's competition research there. Okay. Kim, I saw you had your hand up.
My question is more geared towards Google. When you're doing Google reviews, I've had a couple of people leave reviews on our page, but they're not showing up. So they'll send me a screenshot of the review, but it doesn't show up on my end. And I also left a review for someone just over the weekend, and the same thing happened. They can't see it, but I can see that I left the review.
Roger, any insight on that? I know GMB was having this issue back at that other place that you and I came from. And it was, if people didn't have Gmail accounts, it wouldn't save it to it or something.
Yeah. Now, we don't have the exact answer, right? Because there's little glitches, little bugs going on. They're doing a ton of updates, and that was one of them that we had seen in regards to, people literally leaving a review, and they can see it, but you, the owner, right, couldn't be, you're not able to see it. So one of the things that you might want to check, Kim, because what I saw a couple times is if you were to log out, basically log out of your email, because that's what's connected to everything, or even incognito, or even if you're with a friend or something, have them look up your Google My Business page and see if you can see it there, because it could be that you're not seeing it for whatever reason. It is a bug, obviously, because you're logged in as the user. That is only one of the reasons that I saw that was happening. Why it's doing that, can't really answer. I obviously believe it's a bug on Google's end, but that's where we're at on it.
Okay, my second part to it is, now that the person that I wrote the review for, now they're bugging me to either redo it or find out what's wrong with it, but I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm. So you left the review. When you go there to their GMB, you're able to see it. Is that correct?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so that might be something. Tell them, hey, I talked to some people that basically do this, and it looks like it's a bug on Google's end. But one way that you can check it out is, don't try to look at it on your computer, because they're going to get confused on logging out of the email and all that. Tell them, go to your family, friend, another computer completely that's not logged into the email, and check it. And if you see it there, it's basically more on Google's end. What it will do, it eventually will appear. There's nothing they can do. I mean, that's it's the big behemoth right there. They got to fix that on there, and eventually it will appear on there.
Okay.
But
this person wasn't Kevin Grunding, was it?
Yes.
It's there. I'm seeing it.
See, it's a Google bug then. If you're seeing it, Sean, that means somehow the admin's logged in and it's not able to see anything that's updated. And what I've seen too before, sometimes it takes like a week, 2 weeks for it to actually appear on the admin side. Once again, it shouldn't work that way. It should be automatic. It's a bug.
Well, he left that review for me and I can see it. but the one that I left for him, he can't see it, but I can see it.
Right. And he's the one that's bugging you, just like, hey, leave it
Yeah.
again or whatnot. So tell him to do that first before anything, because that's step one. And if that doesn't work, then we can go to step two and possibly have you leave another one to see what happens. But at this point, it's troubleshooting.
Okay.
Something on Google's platform is not functioning correctly.
I also recommend you log in and reply to the reviews that are left on yours.
Yep.
Give it a thumbs up and reply to it.
Yes, sir.
So since we're on GMB, not bug related, but I came across a pretty nifty little tip from another SEO person that, I'm part of a lot of groups and really involved in the SEO community. And one of the things that they're doing, real easy hack in a way for GMB, which is Google My Business, is when someone leaves you a review, and you guys can try, you don't have to do it every time, but this is kind of new. We don't do this, by the way. This is something that just came out of this. I'm just sharing some information. But what they're doing is we're building relevance. Google's getting better and better with their artificial intelligence on what this company is all about. Is it real? That's at the end of the day, they want to make sure you're real, right? Because there's a lot of spam out there trying to clean that up. So one of the things that people are doing is on posts, if you're on one of our social media platforms and or social media packages and you're doing the upper package where you post your GMB, you see that we post some of the blog content or just, social media content on there. One of the things that I heard people are starting to do more advanced thing, they're reposting their testimonials as a post. And the reason they do that is because posts will only last for about 7 days. On the GMB, and what it does, it puts it up and center. Not that it's going to do much. It allows you to put a post, which makes you relevant, that you're alive, you're kicking, right? Your company is doing something. And two, it's a post. It puts it right in front. So if someone finds you and finds your GMB, they actually see the review there. So that's just kind of, since we're talking about reviews, thought that tip might be a little helpful because it is currently being used in some campaigns. We're probably going to start doing that. Just to test it out, but it doesn't hurt anything, by the way. Nothing, everything's legit. I checked, there's multiple people that have tested this already, and this is a pretty good tip.
So real quick on that, in case you don't know how to reply, when you're in your GMB, go to your reviews. It'll pull up and click on haven't replied. If you haven't replied, they'll show right here. Okay.
Now, how would I do the, this is a post Roger's suggesting and do on Google?
Yes.
Right there. Or Sean's hovering over it on your
Says
Google My
post.
Business profile.
So Roger, you're saying they're copying this?
Yep, literally copy. You can even write a little snippet yourself. Hey, we just got a testimonial from John May. Check it out, and you just copy and paste that.
Oh,
That's
cool.
So it'd be
Thank
like
you.
this, copy paste, hit post. It's just going to be a regular post, just add an update.
Yep, update. That's basically
And then
Okay.
we'd write that post right in there. That's
exact.
what John
Say-
just said.
Say we were in the same city as John. A lot of you real estate people, right? You did a deal with somebody. I'm just saying, maybe we had John was in an office and he bought a website from us. He's really happy. Me and Sean took a picture with John. We would put a picture of me and us with John right there. You guys would probably take a picture of the house or the family you helped out or whatever. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Don't put anything. But just kind of you can optimize it even more.
Cool, thank you.
Trying to see if it put all of his stuff when I copied and paste. So anyway, I'm not going to post this, but so I would clean this up right before I did it, put all that in. To Roger's point, we drop a photo if we wanted to drop a photo. I could even take a screenshot of that review and use that as the photo with what he said.
Yep.
Not going to add a button because there's nothing to go there. It's just about popping a post to put something up at the top of it and hit publish. Right. And that's going to publish it to the GMB feed.
Yep.
So it would show up right here if we.
I was going to say, Mickey, this is another place where you want to put your lead magnet.
Absolutely. Okay. Stephen, I think I see your hand is raised.
Hello. So mine was kind of a derivative of Mickey's piece. I've been doing tons and tons of recording of videos for building teams and training for our VAs and team. And one of them I actually turned into my very first YouTube short, which I made public because all the others are unlisted. And it's geared towards people who are building their teams. But because YouTube Short doesn't go, if it's viewed as a short, it doesn't go against your viewing stuff. But if people find it through a search, it'll go that way. I gave it a geotag because I wanted a geotag on there, so I put Fort Tualatin. I just, in my description, I didn't know where to point it to for my website, so I just pointed it to the root page. Do you have suggestions on that?
I can kind of throw some. Yeah. Oh, all right. So what was it? Was around kind of setting up team, but this is for your real estate website. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're talking real estate, and then you created short around creating your team for a real estate company. Like,
well, it's basically it's for people who are setting up their VAs and training them, and it's specific to a tool, batch dialer, how to troubleshoot something that goes wrong in that. You know.
Okay.
So it was around that, and I made that video public, and I wanted to make sure that I linked it back to our main site,
right,
for people that actually saw it. So
okay, so ideas, right? We're just kind of brainstorming some ideas. That's actually a great one, because what you would do, since it is going to get some kind of traffic, you put it public, is you're going to, in the description, kind of your I'm sure you did your title optimize, you're fine there, I believe. But in the descriptions where all this is going to happen. So in the description, you want to, one, put a link to your homepage, so it's relevant to, hey, this is the company that's writing this stuff or creating this video. And number two, if you do not have a blog around what you're talking about in the video, I would recommend that, but I'm going to take it a couple steps further. So you're talking about giving advice about setting up your team. You're probably recommending either you know, a platforms or a tool or something like that. Am I right in that? Are you recommending?
Well, it's basically, it says, hey, you've got your team going already and they're up and running, and you hit a problem. Here's how to solve this specific problem in this specific tool.
Got it. So it's outside tools, nothing that you own. It's like, okay, so you need to go get an affiliate link from that tool, right?
Okay.
Because a blog post that you're going to create, you're going to be talking about, you're going to be raving about that tool. You're going to explain step by step what they're going to do. They're going to be so sold on it that they're going to want to research that tool, and you can get paid by having an affiliate link for them to click on very easily and then redirect there. So that's how you can kind of take advantage of it. And obviously this works the same as, this is a moneymaker, right? This is another line of revenue for you. So you can go back now, you rinse and repeat the same thing that we talked about with Mickey, is go through the list of how you're going to promote this. Put it out there, get it out there, because then you can kind of drive some traffic either to the YouTube video on different waves that way, or to the actual blog post, because obviously you want people reading that and redirecting and using that affiliate link.
Okay, so with my affiliate link, I've already got that. I just, it didn't click that I need to put that affiliate link in there.
Right.
Should I have it set? One of the thoughts behind that is, should I just have a subdomain that redirects to that affiliate link, or do you like it going directly to that affiliate link?
Yeah, so when they read, so let's be very clear, YouTube, right? Description in YouTube, there's going to be a link to the blog post on your website, right? Boom.
Okay.
You there? All right. So you're on the blog post, they're reading the blog post, and right there where you're talking about that platform or that company, it's going to be a hyperlink. You can't do anything to the hyperlink. You just create a word of the name of the company. That's a hyperlink over to that company, and that hyperlink should be your affiliate link. You're going to embed it.
Right. So, well, my question for that piece though, a lot of times those affiliate links are horrible little, with query string values and stuff like that. So what I have done in the past is created a subdomain with a redirect to that ugly name. So I have a friendly name like batchdialer.qhr.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's up to you on that one. I mean, there's, you can definitely do that. You're all right, because they redirect and it's like some weird kind of like long URL. So yeah, you can absolutely do that. That's an extra step, but yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Hey, Roger.
Yes.
Just to revisit what you said. So you said I would have to tell him to log out of his Gmail account and then relog back in. Or...
Yeah, no, don't log into the Gmail account at all. He wants to see it as an outside viewer, basically. Okay. He wants to see if when he logs out of as being an admin, basically, if he can still see it. Now he's going to have to clear cache. I mean, we're having this issue with Sean right now.
Oh, okay.
There is like, he needs to clear cache so there's nothing in his browser. So he's looking at it as a new person. And that way we can truly test if he can see it. Cause yeah, that way we can see if it's a bug or not.
Okay, yeah, I just feel bad that he can't see it, you know,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna try to.
Yeah, have them log out complete and tell them it's like, we need to kind of test this as a user, and you have to log out of your email, clear your cache, and then try to view it that way.
Okay, thank you.
But along those same lines, for Kim, I know Facebook has this, but does Google have it where you get to approve stuff before it's posted, moderate it? So like I have keywords that I don't, if someone posts that one of my posts or on the page, it stops. Like if they put Bitcoin or they put keywords that I don't want on there, HTTP, I don't allow links back out of my reviews on the Facebook side. Do they have that in GMB at all?
I don't think, I've never seen it where it's
I've
come
never
in
seen it
where
either.
we've had to approve it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, I don't think they have it because then you wouldn't post stuff
This,
that's negative.
this has been an ongoing issue for years.
Okay.
It comes and goes. Because like I said, we're all, just about everybody on this call's from that other place that Roger and I came from. That this was a big thing. They encouraged us when we would teach an event to get people to leave reviews. So we would bribe the audience to go and leave a review for something, right? I'd give away something fun or free or whatever if you left me a review on it, because Than wanted as many reviews as possible on the Google My Business page. And we as speakers would get credit for those, but then we would get pissed because they wouldn't count people. And it was like, I know they did it. They took a screenshot and sent it to me, but it wasn't showing on the Fortune Builder GMB page. So this has been something that's gone on and off for a long time with Google. So I wouldn't get too wrapped up around it. Ask people to do it. If they do it, and to Roger's point, it may take a couple weeks and all of a sudden it shows up again on there. Okay. All right, so we are kind of at the top of the hour. I am going to kill this because that was a